and welcome back to my channel, Jamie from Colors. This picture probably looks familiar to you if you watch my videos every week. This is the same picture that we had last week, and it is from the book Fairies by Christine Karen. And we had a very sad day with our oak tree fairy last week, and he didn't turn out so well. He was so sad. He ended up with this sad skin condition and wrinkled paper, and it was just sad. It was very sad. It was actually very funny, and if you haven't watched this video, you might want to go back and watch this video because it was pretty entertaining. So what I did was, this is the paper out of the book, and so I went on her Etsy shop and bought just this picture and printed it off on Nina's Exact Vellum Bristol. This is, what is this, 60 weight, 67, I'm not sure, but it is good paper. I like this paper. It's thicker, I have something on the back, but it's thicker but not too thick, so it can go through my printer, and it has good tooth. So we're going to attempt him again using Prismacolors. And yes, so let's see if we can't make him work this time. So let's zoom in. We'll do some leaves and acorns. Okay, here we are, all zoomed in. Let's hope this works a little better this time. So I'm going to start with, this is Chartruse 989. And we're going to put a base coat of that down on the leaf. So I do recommend getting the images from the Etsy shop rather than buying the book off Amazon. And you can print it off on whatever paper you want for your materials. So if you're going to do it in markers, you can print onto something that you like for markers. Or if you're color pencils, I do like this Nina Vellum Bristol. But you can print it off on whatever you want. I've also trimmed a Strathmore color pencil paper and put it through my printer. This is Apple Green 912, and put it, so I've put Strathmore color pencil paper through my printer. I've put gray tone Strathmore paper through my printer. Just have to trim it to fit, and goes through just fine. I just find that for me, paper makes a big difference on how much I enjoy the page, coloring the picture. And since I'm here to enjoy myself, I'm here to relax and not work too hard, I'm going to print off on a paper I like. But if you can make the paper that's in the book work for you, then more power to you. Okay, so that was the Apple Green. Then we're going to go to Grass Green 909. Yeah, this is working a lot better. I'm not having to fight for the color, so that is nice. Getting a little bit of a glare from the light. I haven't figured out how to get rid of that. Okay, then we're going to Prussian Green. Oh, this Prussian Green, I'm sure it's just because this pencil has been dropped. Alright, let's try it again. Go down the vein. All right, and then we have dark green 908. Get a little more shadow here. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the Chartruse. And so I'm going to press a little bit, help blend those colors and get some vibrancy from the Chartruse. Go with some good vibrancy. Let's see if we can, here we go, take the glare off a little bit. Okay, let's put some more apple green on this side of our leaf. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's do one more, then I'll do the rest off screen. Let's take Chartreuse. I'm going to do this leaf a little bit different. I'm going to use the same colors, but I'm just going to lay them down a little different. See how much of a difference it makes. This is the Chartreuse. Do a base. Okay, then we're going to take the dark green. Okay, then let's take the Prussian green. A little over here. Okay, then let's go to the grass green. Okay, then let's go to the apple green. Okay, and then back to that chartreuse to blend it out. Let's see if it made a difference, or if we prefer one way over the other. Okay, I don't think it really made much of a difference in the way of color, just going in a different order, so I would just whichever you prefer. Whatever you're comfortable with. Take the glare off a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to use those colors and do the rest of the leaves. And then for the acorns, I'm trying to remember which part of the acorn is darker. Let's look it up. I'm seeing them both ways here. I'm seeing some with darker bodies and lighter heads, and some with lighter heads and darker bodies. Alright, let's look over here. Acorn image. Okay, you see that? So there's both ways. Some with darker bodies and lighter hats, I guess. We called them hats. And then some with lighter bodies and darker hats. So I think we just kind of have to choose and make them all the same. Oh, that really messed up the coloring on my camera, didn't it? Is it gonna go back? There we go. Okay. Alright, so let's make, well, already her shading has made the tops darker and the bottoms lighter. So let's go ahead with that. So let's start with the body. I'm going to use some yellow ochre, 942. That. What's nice about this grayscale is that it kind of has some shading done for you. You don't have to work too hard. Then let's go ahead and put in some shading with some chocolate, 1082. Follow the artist's lines here. That shade. And then also right up underneath the hat of the little acorn. Okay. There we go. Kind of leaving that center part very light. Okay, then over to him. Kind of do the same thing. I'm not putting any pressure, just light, light, light. Letting the pencil do the work. That's why I like Prismacolors, is my hand doesn't have to cramp or get tight because so much pigment lays down without any effort. So then we just shade it back out with that yellow ochre. And that's giving us a nice look. I like it. Without too much work on our part. I like it. Okay, then for the top, let's go with Chestnut, 1081, and let's lay down that. Okay, and then let's take that chocolate again, 1082, and put in some of that. Okay. Lower back here. And then we're going to take a little sepia just to go in that shadow back behind. Okay, and then go back to that chestnut and blend it out. Okay, so that looks really pretty good. I'm going to take just a little yellow ochre and just go over that a little bit in the lightest area. Okay. There's those, and we'll just go ahead and do all the leaves and acorns the same throughout the whole picture. So we do have the branch of the tree, and it becomes the frame. And so I'm going to do the frame and the branches all the same. So let's do those. I think I'm just going to grab let's grab some light umber, put a base, okay, and then whatever I do, I will take down Then let's take some sepia and put it right there where they meet. Here, let's put it on the underside of the branch. Here we'll put it on the inside of the, go around that corner. Okay, then we'll take let's take the chestnut, put a little of that in there, not too much on the branch, but more over here. And just kind of a little bit. And then let's go back to that light umber. My air conditioner keeps coming on. It's trying to cool the house down for sleeping. There we go. That just helps kind of blend it out. Looks really pretty good. Looks more blended. Let's take that yellow ochre again and just see if we can't press the tooth of the paper down a little bit more. That fills in those little white dots, but it also makes the paper a little more glossy and you get a little more of a shine, glare. Alright, so that looks really pretty good. So I'll go ahead and do the rest of the leaves, branches, and acorns, and then we will work on our fairy. Okay, here we are with all the green and brown done, the acorns done. So now let's give this guy some skin tone. I think because I haven't done a male figure before, I don't think it would be much different than a female figure, except maybe the some of the shading would be different. We're gonna go with pretty simple, basic skin tones. I'm going to use light peach, peach, nectar, henna, and espresso. So just kind of a pretty basic Caucasian skin tone. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to do a base coat of this color. Light pressure, circular motions. So I'm holding the pencil back. Just ignoring the gray tones for now and just putting this color down all over. Okay, now I'm going into the peach, and I'm going to put it over some of this gray tones, darken up some of the shadow areas. Okay, then we'll move to the face. Start putting in some shadows. Just kind of trying to go where the Grayscale has given me indications. I feel like if I go too far away from what the Grayscale has given me, it's going to look strange. Okay, let's go in with the nectar. This is going to start darkening up some shadows. Okay. Okay, I think it's looking pretty good. Let's grab the henna and go in a little tighter in the shadows. And keep this in the shadows. I'm going to bring this out a little bit. I don't want to put too much color on the eyes. I don't want it to look like makeup. Right? his lip there, up under his nose. Right. Okay, then let's grab just a little bit of espresso in a few places. So like right under the ear here, maybe right in the ear. I don't want to put this espresso everywhere, just in the darkest shadows. Let's go back to the henna and just put some of that on his mouth. Okay, then let's blend this out with the peach, or the light peach. So I'm going to go ahead and press a little bit. I don't want to put too much over here because it's supposed to be dark. It's pretty well blended. Okay, let's do the shoulder. Alright, let's get a little color in the whites of the eyes. I'm going to grab Cloud Blue. Okay. And then let's do his eyes as green. Let's use some of the same colors we used for the leaves, the foliage. Okay, so I'm gonna grab Chartruse. Ooh, come back. Ooh, that's pretty all by itself on that Grayscale. Ooh, I really like that. All right, let's just take a little dark green. Don't have to do much because the Grayscale's kind of done it for me. Go back to that Chartreuse. Okay, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, let's grab a little nectar to put in that tear duct. Perfect. All right, I'll be back for the hair. Okay, here we are. We have the leaves and stuff done, and then we also have his skin done, which I think turned out really well. Got the light shining directly on it. So now we need to do his hair. I've pulled some colors. Oh, first I was going to add a little more color to his mouth. I don't want it to look like he's wearing lipstick, but I want to have a little more color in there. So this is the henna. My 3-year-old is throwing a tantrum, so I hope you can't hear him. No, he's kind of calming down. He's hitting and scratching and biting his brothers, and asked him if he wanted to go to his room or if he wanted to go outside and play and leave his brothers alone, and he threw a fit and gave me the look and wouldn't answer me. So he's in his room where he could be outside playing, but maybe he enjoys screaming more. I don't know. Okay, so I'll go check on him in a few minutes, but let's just do a piece of his hair and then I'll do the rest of his hair off screen and we'll come back. So I've pulled colors that we've already used in the picture somewhere else. So this is yellow ochre, light umber, dark umber, I think that's a new one. Yeah, that's the only new one, and espresso. And let's go in, let's see. So I don't think it'll take much with his hair because there is so much gray tone already done. But let's go ahead and, we still want to do that flicking motion. So let's start with our darkest color. Let's start with espresso. We'll go in those shadows. So a lot of this is done for us. I don't think we're going to have to put too much. Oh goodness. I am ready for school to start, and I think the kids are too. It's Saturday, and the 3-year-old Mo, he goes to school for the first time. His first year of preschool. He goes on Tuesday, so a few more days. And then Curly and Larry go on Wednesday, and they're in 1st and 2nd grade, so they're in all-day school. I think that will help Mo too. He's just, oh, I don't know why he likes to pick on everybody. Larry's down there just trying to read a book, and he's like scratching and biting him. Here comes Curly. Okay, then let's move to the dark umber. We'll just go out even further than we did with the espresso. Flick it out. Okay, then let's go with the light umber. Wrong pencil. There we go, light umber. Do the same thing, just flick it out further than that dark umber. Turn it a little bit. Okay, and then let's take that yellow ochre. Same thing here. You want to put it over that all the brown you've done so it blends together. It doesn't look like you just have yellow spots in your hair. Okay. Then let's grab some cream and just kind of blend into that lightest area. Okay. Alright, and that's how I'm going to do the hair on his whole head. I'm going to go see if Mo is ready to go play outside, and I'll finish up this hair and then we'll take a look, see if we want to do anything with the background. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I am back. Here he is. I think he's looking fabulous. I love the way he turned out. His hair looks good. I love his skin. His eyes are awesome. I like that we added a little more pink to his lips. I think that looks really good. So the only thing left to do is maybe to put some color in the background. And so I thought we'd use our pan pastels to do that. Now, pan pastels go over the Prismacolors. They will change the tint of the Prismacolors because they are a wax pencil. If you use an oil-based pencil like the polychromos, then you can go over the color with your pan pastels and it won't stick. I'm noticing that the Pablos, because they are a mix, a really good mix of oil and wax, they have enough wax in them that they're kind of blending like Prismacolors, but the pan pastels isn't sticking to them. But we use Prismacolors, and so we want to be careful not to get the pan pastel on what we've already colored. So we're going to use little tiny cotton swabs to put our color in. So these are a pointed tip. You can get cotton swabs that are more rounded. These are more pointed detail cotton swabs. So we're going to use them to put in some color. And I grabbed some green, yellowish greens. This is Hans yellow, so it is yellow. And then we have a bright yellow green and a bright yellow green tint. I thought we could just put some of these in back there. Maybe it'll make it look like there's some more foliage back there. So I'm just kind of going to go random. I'm just going to put the hand pastel or the Q-tip, the cotton swab, in there, kind of roll it around. And then just gonna kind of randomly put it in there. Alright, let's come down here. You can always do your background first and then just color over the top of the pan pastels. We've done that before. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with this background, so I went ahead and colored the subject first. Let's see. Okay, and that Q-tip's really lost its point. It's become pretty fluffy, so I'm going to get I'm going to use the other end to go with my next color. You might even want to go grab another darker green. Let's put some of this in first and then we'll decide. I don't know, I kind of like it light. Maybe we'll just add some more. My 3-year-old, he did decide to quit screaming and go outside and play. We have a fully fenced backyard, which I'm so grateful for. He likes to go dig in the dirt, so he goes and sits on our little hill that's dirt. Plays in the dirt. I think it's great. He's funny. Taking that yellow green again. I like that. Just a little subtle color back there, nothing too much. I like it. okay. Oh, I love it. Love him. Don't like that glare, but I love it. Oh, it turned out so much better. Let's compare. Oh, goodness. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut this out and put it on some black paper and stick it in my binder. And because these are not straight vines, I'm actually going to fussy cut it rather than use my paper cutter. So I'm just going to take some scissors and we're going to cut them out. Alright, there he is. Fussy cut it out. I printed him on a back of another page. Ooh. Okay, this is just a roll glue. This happens to be Eileen's tacky glue. I also have some Recollection one, and it's just the one I grabbed out of the drawer. Alright, let's glue him on here. Just kind of eyeball it. Sometimes they turn out perfect, sometimes they end up a little bit off, but I think he looks pretty good. Alright, there he is. I think he looks much better than our first attempt. So I do recommend buying this book as a PDF off of the Etsy shop and printing it off onto the paper of your choice. The paper that I used is the Nina Exact Vellum Baristo. And I just buy it as a big old thing of them off of Amazon. I'll put the link down below. So, sorry, I'm like out of breath. Whew. I don't know what my problem is. Alright, so thanks for watching. Thanks for coloring with me. Give it a like, subscribe, push the bell icon, all those things that YouTube thinks you need to do but don't actually work. But I do appreciate the subscription and the likes and any comments you have down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!